Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana, and today I'm excited to bring you episode 1 of another 5-part video series called Beat the Box. I did a video series. It was probably the most interaction I've ever gotten on my channel. The comments were outrageous. I guess despite the fact that it was a crash and burn disaster, the feedback I got about the content itself was fantastic and very positive, and everybody was requesting that I do another Beat the Box video series, so I'm doing one. I decided to take a zero off on the price point, so instead of doing another 1988 Fleer box, I'm doing a little bit more affordable 1989 Fleer box, so it's not going to be quite as racy. Maybe it's R-rated instead of XXX rated as far as how bad the results are going to be, but I am going to do this week, Monday through Friday, 5-part video series. Today is episode number 1 on a Monday, then you'll go 2, 3, 4, 5 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're doing 1989 Fleer basketball, a little bit different price point than 1988 Fleer basketball, but I promise you this will not be the last one that I do, and I will do bigger and badder and better in the near future. It would be a lot more helpful if I could at least come close to breaking even after the fact, but we're going to see if I can beat the box. And so just like in the first Beat the Box video series that you guys saw probably a couple months ago, this one, we're going to talk about the product itself, 1989 Fleer. And so I've got a little spreadsheet pulled up for you guys to examine. Here it is. I've got it on screen share. Like we talked about today, we're just going to talk about the product itself, my price point and my entry point on the product, how much I paid for it, where I bought it, why I chose this product. We're going to talk a little bit about pack odds, what I can expect to get out of this box. Generally speaking, the box should arrive in the next day or two from the time I'm filming this, at which point we'll do, and you'll be watching it tomorrow, episode number 2 of Beat the Box, which will be just busting that sucker open. It'll be basically a wax ripping extravaganza. It'll be fun just like it was the first time around, albeit with 1989 Fleer. So there's your 5 topics. Intro, price point, expectations. Today, box rip is episode number 2. Wednesday, you're going to see what to grade and what not to grade. We're going to go through it together. I'm going to show you what I decided was grade worthy and what is not grade worthy. Hopefully we'll have a little bit better quality of contents and product control in the box itself. And so I'll have a bunch of potential PSA 9s and 10s. Again, that's God willing. I have no idea. I might get another dud of a box like I did on the 1988 Fleer where everything was centered poorly. But fingers crossed, God willing, we'll get some good stuff and you guys will have a little bit more excitement with it. We'll do episode number 4 on Thursday, which is just going to be the PSA grade reveal where we look at the grades after they come back from PSA. Remember, there'll be about a 5 or 6 week delay between when I actually can film episode number 3 and episode number 4, so I just put these in the freezer, put them on the back burner. They hibernate for about 5 weeks. When the cards come in, I'm going to release them all in the same week, so you guys get to see it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then of course episode 5, we're going to look at the numbers, right? We're going to look at see whether I beat the box. Can you beat the 1989 Fleer box in on a perfect day? Who knows? Last time was anything but perfect with 1988 Fleer. We're going to try it with a little less harsh of a financial penalty on this 1989 Fleer as opposed to the 1988 Fleer. So talking about the set, I've got trading card database pulled up. We're going to look at it in just a second. But it's 168, as you can see with my cursor right here, 168 card set. There's actually 39 rookie cards. So we talk about 86 Fleer, how many rookies there are in there. Not too many in 87. But then there was more than we thought in 1988 Fleer as well. There's a lot of rookies in 1989 Fleer as well. I think Mitch Richmond's probably one of the biggest and the baddest. We're going to look at some of them coming up. And again, not that the Mitch Richmond 89 Fleer is a huge card, but we're going to look at some of the rookies down here that I've got highlighted, and we'll talk through those guys. Then it'll be nostalgic just to talk about how good they were, despite the fact that there's not a huge collector base for any of the rookies from 1989. 1 through card 162 in the base set are the true base cards. They appear in team alphabetical order, starting with, of course, the Atlanta Hawks. Cards number 163, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are dual or 3 all-star teammate cards. And so there's not an all-star card like all-star set like there was in 88 Fleer where we had like everybody had an all-star card. Not everybody, but there was an all-star subset set or insert set. Here, it's only those All-Stars where there are more than one All-Star in the 1989 All-Star game, right? So you're talking about the Jazz with multiple players. You're talking about the Hawks with multiple players, and we'll talk through that in a second. Card number 168 is a checklist, right? So there you go, 168 cards. There are 36 packs in the box, and let me show you the box, right? First of all, let's look at what the box costs, okay? Ignore the first one, that's a case, but I've got 1989 Fleer BBCE. That's baseball card exchange. For those of you not familiar with sealed wax, I don't rip wax very often, but BBCE means baseball card exchange. That's the best we have in the hobby. It's not perfect, but usually if you're buying a BBCE sealed box, at least you know you're getting an authentic, untampered with, unfiltered, unsearched box, right? Just as it was originally produced. That is the hope, right? You can at least eliminate some of the shadiness and scams and frauds out there when you rely on BBCE's wrapping, and you'll see a wrapping around the box. I did buy a BBCE wrap box. Here is my purchase. I paid, it was actually $582.74 after taxes and shipping. I'm having it shipped right here to my house in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hopefully we can get the mail lady to just slip it past the gators and get it into my mailbox so I can film that episode in a couple of days from the time I'm filming this episode number 1. And you guys, of course, will see that box be ripped tomorrow. But looking at the price, I mean, you're looking at $580. And here's the deal. I bought this. I just bought this. You can even see, where's the date? Why doesn't it show me what date I bought this? I don't know. I bought this like 4 or 5 days ago, but for whatever reason, it doesn't even show up in the card ladder database, and mine was 1989 Fleer, BBC, all that stuff was in the title, so I don't know why, but you see the last one that sold was on April 2nd. That's certainly not correct. I can attest that that is not correct because I just bought it, and I just showed it to you right there. I paid $582.74 for mine. So that's what the box itself on the outside looks like. Pretty cool. That's what the back of the box looks like. Whenever it's BBCE sealed, this is what you get. Wax box, basketball, 89.90 Fleer, wax box, baseball card exchange. I know it's funny because it's baseball card exchange when it's actually a basketball box that's being certified, but they do Pokemon, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, whatever, etc., etc. Anyway, that's about what the box is worth. It's running up a little bit, it looks like, despite the fact that it doesn't have mine in here. $450, $390, $420, $450, $588. So it looks to be trending upward. Maybe that's a sign of recovery for wax in in this weird, undulating, volatile hobby that we're in right now. 36 packs per box, 15 cards per pack, and that's 1 through 168. So 540 cards if I did Cajun math right there. 36 times 15, 540 cards, 168 in the base set. 168 goes into 540, as they say in South Louisiana, 3.21 times. So as you can see, I should get 3.21 base cards per player. That means somewhere between 3 and 4 Jordans, right? If you recall from my Beat the Box with 88 Fleer, I actually did really well on beating the box from the raw perspective. I got 11 Jordans when I was supposed to probably get 9 or 10. In this case, I'm either going to get 3 or 4 base Jordans. And then for the stickers, it's this exact same. It's an 11 sticker set, just like 88 Fleer was. It's 36 packs. It's 1 sticker per pack. Therefore, it is a 3.27 stickers per player. So a little bit higher odds to get 4 Jordans than in the base. And so my expectation from a Jordan-only standpoint, I'm always Jordan-centric when I'm talking, is to get 6 Jordans. 7 would be great. It would be a win. 8 would be a really big win, right? And of course, more importantly, I would take 6 centered Jordans over 8 not centered Jordans, as we learned from the prior episode with 88 Fleer. So, say a prayer for me, say some voodoo, give me some good Cajun voodoo magic, and let's try to get 7 or 8 Jordans. But worst case scenario, we would expect to hit at least 6 of them. Honestly, just another little side note, card number 107 is Gerald Wilkins. He went to University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. There's actually 3 variations, and so some of them are printed more than others. I don't think it really matters as far as price goes. I don't think people care about this particular error card, but Tennessee Chattanooga was sometimes abbreviated with a period, and then sometimes not abbreviated. Does that sound right? So 3 different ways Gerald Wilkins' college appears on the back. And if you didn't know, Gerald Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins' brother, I think it's his brother. It might be his cousin, but I thought it was his brother. I'm so old and it's been so long. 89 is a long time ago, 40-something years ago, so 30-something years ago. Went to University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Of course, the great Dominique Wilkins went to University of Georgia. Here's what I paid for the box, $582.74. Oh, there's my sale date on May 5th, 2023. Not sure why it's not showing up in Card Ladder like we looked at. It's not there, and I don't know why it's not there, but it's not there, even though I did buy it. It's going to be, hopefully, or maybe it'll be better, but as of right now, it will be $19 a card. I don't know how many I'm sending, and I don't know what the insurance and shipping is yet, so I'm leaving that blank. Obviously, the more I send, the higher I'm going to pay, but we're going to factor that in because we really want to analyze whether I can beat the box and break even or win. So I'm in for $582.74 right now. We shall see. It'll be about 21 bucks a card, something like that, approximately with PSA whenever I decide to send the cards in. I hope to send a lot in because the more I send in, the more fun and sexy it is and the more chances to hit 10s. Or at least I thought in the past. But here are the cards. I've got their PSA 10 pop in this column here, okay? I've got the card number from the set in this column here. And then I've got over here the name of the player that corresponds to the card number in the set. And then what grades I would need to get for that card to be worth more than the $20 that it's going to cost me to send it to PSA. Does that make sense? So for Larry Bird, if I sent a Larry Bird in, I thought it looked like a 10. It comes back a 9. It's actually worth more than the $20 that I paid to get the thing graded. If it comes in an 8, it's not. Right? So for Larry Bird, I can get a 9 or a 10, and it cash flows, as I like to say. That card will cash flow based on the raw card in hand. For Jordan, the base card is card number 21. We'll look at it because this is what it looks like. It's a League Leaders card, actually. So I'm going to click on it. It's take a while to load up here. There it is. That's what the card looks like. Again, 4 borders, all white. So the corners were going to look good. The edges were going to look good. Surface is usually not an issue with a paper card like this. This is a paper card just like 88 Fleer. The issue is going to be the centering. Ain't nowhere to hide on this one, my friend. The centering on this is as glaring and straightforward as it gets. And so if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. That's what the back of the card looks like. I will say this. I have opened this box in the past, back when it was real cheap, maybe in 2018 or something like that. And there was some bleeding at the top where it was like red, like ink had bled from the back. As you can see, it's red on the back, right? See over here where it's red? That red ink, for whatever reason, bled over the edge of the card onto the front to where it was almost like stained at the top. And so I'm hoping to avoid any type of calamity like that. That would be an absolute disaster and kill the video series, just like the centering killed the first Beat the Box video series. Jordan, I win on an 8, 9, or 10. And then we go through a bunch of players where I need a 10. If it's a Scottie Pippen that's not perfectly centered, I'm not sending it. Same with Rodman, second-year card. Same with Mitch Richmond, even though it's his rookie, it needs to be a 10. The highlighted players are the rookies. The ones that matter, Mitch Richmond, Rick Smith, the Duncan Dutchman. Mitch Richmond's a Hall of Famer, by the way. Rick Smith, the Duncan Dutchman, was a very good basketball player. For those who don't know, he attended the University of Marist. I got a chance to see him play against my LSU Tigers way back in the day. Magic, you need a 9 or a 10, just like Bird. They always kind of go hand in hand. The rest of the guys, you're probably going to need to get a 10. Believe it or not, a Rick Smith PSA 9 is worth more than 20 bucks. Patrick Ewing, you need a 10. Cyclee, rookie card. Rod Strickland, who was awesome to watch, rookie card. Kevin Johnson, who was one of my absolute favorite players, one of my favorite video game players ever back in the day. Yes, they did have basketball video games back in the late 80s and early 90s. Lakers versus Celtics on the PC. Shout out to anybody who played Lakers versus Celtics. That was the biggest step forward in the history of basketball video/console games. I don't care what anybody says. We went from like stupid Magic Johnson's Fast Break or Larry Bird versus Dr. J one-on-one to Lakers versus Celtics. If you had that on a PC, an IBM compatible computer, you know what I'm talking about. Comment below if you played Lakers versus Celtics. It's one of the greatest steps forward in the history of basketball PC/console games. And yes, I'm including NBA 2K and all NBA Live 95 and all that stuff. Dan Marley rookie card in here right next to Kevin Johnson, so that's cool. I've forgotten that 1989 Fleer was KJ and Thunder Dan Marley's rookie cards right next to each other. And then, of course, you need for Dre Drexler, Ewing, Barkley, Malone, all those guys, you got to get 10s. And even the checklist 10 actually cash flows, and it's worth sending if you think it is a perfect 10. Now, you got to go look at the gem rate, right? The gem rate on some of these is different than others. I'm not sure why. Maybe it has to do with where it is on the sheet. But that's basically what we're looking at as far as the base cards. Those are the cards that I could potentially send in. I guess if I ran across a common that just looked so damn glorious and fantastic that I thought it was worth sending a Benoit Benjamin in because it's a low pop and maybe a set collector would want it, I assure you without even looking, yes, every 1989 Fleer PSA 10, even the most common of the commons, and here, let's pull that shit up. Watch this, 1989 Fleer PSA 10. I just chose Benoit. Does he even have a card? He does. 2150. So Benoit, even in a PSA 10, doesn't really cash flow. But like I was talking about, if you plug in Ewing, he does, right? It's an $80 card. And so if I get a PSA 10, that's a nice, 4x the grading fee, right? 3x the grading fee after, expenses and all that. As you can see, the stickers are going to be huge. We're going to look at those and talk about those in just a second, actually, right now. Here's the 11 stickers. Here's the grades I need on those 11 stickers. I need a 9 or 10 to cash flow on all 11 stickers. So I am hoping against hope that I have good luck with the centering on these stickers. I haven't looked and I haven't researched, but I'm assuming I'm going to have the same wax build-up issues on the back, which I have meticulously studied and understood. Now, I heated up a little bit with a blow dryer. I probably don't need to, but pantyhose in a circular motion, nice and gentle, is going to bring that off, and that's not going to be a problem. Getting all the gunpowder / cocaine dust off the cards will not be a problem. I'll wipe them all down before I send them off. I'm really mostly concerned about the centering, especially on these stickers, because the stickers in 10 are freaking massive cards. And the gem rate is equally as minuscule as the price is massive. The gem rate is absolutely negligible, and we're going to look at that in just a second. But if I get a PSA 9 on any of these, it still works. Watch, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's type in Ewing. Let's just use Ewing and Chris Mullin or somebody like that. PSA 9 Ewing sticker. $33, $12 here. $288 right there. That's not good. 43, 24, 25, 25, 20, 21. You get the point. I'm probably going to get my money back. The last one sold for 33. Not coincidentally, that was Ewing's number. But let's plug in somebody else. Let's plug in Bird, right? Bird PSA 9 sticker is going to do a little bit better. $30, $65, $60, 56. You get it. I can double my money, triple my money maybe even on a PSA 9, just depending on how good of a looking 9 it is. And new slabs usually sell for higher prices than old slabs. You got all that. There's a lot more to it, but we're not going to get too into the minutia with that. But you get the point. Here's the crazy thing. If I take out the name of the player and I just type in PSA 10 sticker, look at how big some of these numbers are. So you're thinking to yourself, that didn't work. Fleer. Oh, it's card number 10. It's going to pull up all the birds, of course. Here you go. That's autographed. Magic Johnson PSA 10, $1,000. Yes, you heard that right. I paid $582 for the box. If I pull one Magic Johnson sticker, it last sold for $1,000 on a best offer on eBay. What about the next PSA 10? Dale Ellis PSA 10. Guess what? Duncan Dale Ellis, who never dunked, he just shot the hell out of threes from University of Tennessee. Great Sonic player. $1,000. Let's find another one. I'm looking in order of chronology here. Chris Mullin PSA 10. $1,250. Now let's find some more, and it's easy because there'll be 4 figures or easy 3 figures. Let's go. How about this Michael Jordan? $4,000 best offer last sold. All right, that's enough of that. You get the point. If you pull a sticker and you somehow get a PSA 10, you hit the jackpot. But let's do this. Let's do sticker, Fleer, PSA 10. I think I got to look at Jordan, and I want to show you this specifically. What do you think the gem rate is on this Michael Jordan 1989 Fleer sticker? You're thinking, well, there's 82 of them out there. It's not going to be impossible. Where do you see this gem rate? Bang. 0.58. What about BGS? Maybe it's easier to send them to BGS. Should we try it? 1.45. 1 out of 100 for BGS. 1 out of 200 for PSA. 14,000 graded, 82 PSA 10 Jordans. Here's what I'm hoping for. 8s and 9s. And let me show you, because the 8s and the 9s on the Jordan's cash flow, remember, I'm going to get 3.27 stickers. So I can get either 3 or 4 Jordans. Let's look at the PSA 8s and PSA 9s, because those are more realistic, right? 10% gem rate on PSA 9, not easy. PSA 8 is very doable, about a 35%, something like that, quick math, gem rate. Here it is. There's the Jordan card. What is the PSA 9 worth? $180. So that cash flows very nicely. Remember, I paid $578 for the box. So any PSA 9 Jordan sticker would be awesome. What about a PSA 8? $28. But I collect PSA 8s. So if I get 3 PSA 8s, I'm going to put them all in my vault and forget about it. I'm happy to have it, right? I don't even actually think I have this one yet. Maybe I do. Actually, I think I probably do. I'd have to go check my vault. What about the Jordan base? Let's take sticker out of here. Let's check out the Jordan base. The base PSA 10. I didn't type in Jordan. There he is. There's my guy. That's what a PSA 10 looks like. That's what we're hoping for. There's some centering. The centering looks really good. I'll be quite honest with you. The top, it looks to me to be thicker than the bottom, so it's not perfect, but you know you get that little bit of 60-40 wiggle room with PSA. It's a $930 card, so obviously any PSA 10s are humongous, right? Any PSA 10 is going to be a humongous win. Even if we go back and we look at let's look at the sales history. Let's look at PSA 10 Rick Smiths, for God's sakes. The Rick Smiths rookie PSA 10 is a $160 card, $155 card, $155 card. So you're looking at big numbers for any of these guys. What about a Mitch Richmond PSA 10? $100 card, $144, $87, $100. So you're looking at big wins for any of these guys. What about a Larry Bird? What about a Larry Bird PSA 10? $275, $124, $59. It's hard to find, right? And so we could go to PSA. We probably should have done this. This is me. Sorry, I'm bad. Here we go. Let's go to PSA. Let's look at the pop report, and let's just look at how likely it is to get 10s. I'll give you a hint. It's not likely. It is not likely at all, but let's pull it up. I should have had this up already. 1989 Fleer. Let's hit basketball cards. Let's go to 1989 Fleer. We can look at stickers after. Here it is. If the card over here on the right, look at the PSA 10 pop counts, right? 20, 20, 40, 100. There's 100 Dominique Wilkins, 187 Birds. It's possible. It's not impossible. It is possible. 55 out of 87 for Dennis Johnson. What's a Dennis Johnson worth? And this is the reason I say if I pull something out of here, a Dennis Johnson 10's an $80 card. So if I pull a card that looks absolutely spectacular, out of this world, perfect, I'm going to, me, I am going to go waste $20 to run it up the flagpole just to bring some excitement for video number 4, where I reveal the grades when they come back from PSA. I will gladly shoot 75 bullets in PSA's direction for the hope of pulling 1 or 2 PSA 10s so you guys can look at them and admire them. 75 cards, $20 a card, quick math, that's $1,500. I don't care. I'll pay $1,500 in grading fees. I'll be into this thing for $2,000 just to have a chance to pull some PSA 10s, to have something exciting happen on the Cajun Cardboard channel on episode number 4 and episode number 5 when we do the grade reveal and then we look at the values. So that's kind of what we're looking at, guys. That's what the breakdown is. Obviously, the stickers are going to be really tough to grade, but if I can somehow sneak some 9s and 10s out of there, that would be super exciting. Let me know what you think about this product. Let me know what you think. Are you excited about tomorrow's video number 2, where we get to actually open the box? That's probably going to be a lot better than me droning on and talking about the monotony of what's in the product. But I like to lay this out for you guys so we kind of know what we're shooting for. So tomorrow when you see me ripping these packs, we'll kind of know what our expectations are. Remember, I'm going to get 3 Jordans. It's maybe 4. I'm going to get 3 Birds. I'm going to get 3 Magic, 3 Olajuwon, 3 Millers, 3 Rick Smith. I'm going to get at least, I shouldn't say at least, but likely 3 or 4, possibly 2, but likely 3 or 4 of each of these to take a swing at it. What about the checklist? Did we even talk about that? Watch this. Boom, checklist. I'm just going to pull up a bunch of baseball. Yeah, baseball. Here's the basketball right here. $75 in 2021. It's only popped 38. $41 here. So if I get a perfect checklist, who knows? Maybe I'll use the checklist and check it off for you guys. But no, I'm probably going to try to send it if it looks absolutely perfect. You've got my pledge that if any of these stupid ass common cards look like they're perfect, I'm going to send those bad boys in just so we have some sexy PSA reveal stuff to look at on Thursday in episode number 4. Beat the Box Series 2 is here. It's 1989 Fleer. We went high end with 88 Fleer. We're going back to low end with 89 Fleer. The next one, I'm going to pull something from the 90s with a couple of hits in it so we have a bunch of stuff to look forward to and a bunch of stuff that we can send to PSA, because that's kind of the fun part. Not sending 1 or 2 cards, but sending like 30 or 40. That's kind of fun, right? That's fun to look at, fun to talk about, fun to laugh at when I lose my ass again and it turns into a dumpster fire just like I did the first time. So wish me luck, boys. Episode 1 is in the books. Stay tuned. Mike, hit the bell icon for notifications because it's coming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and who knows, you may get a bonus episode like you did last time on Saturday where we talk about what should have happened to me in a perfect world instead of what did happen to me when I ripped every card out and it was either bent or uncentered or there was some kind of surface defect. Knowing my luck, that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm in the dark. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. This won't be the last Beat the Box episode that I've done. Comment below. Let me know what you think's gonna happen today and whether you're looking forward to episode number 2 tomorrow. As always, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.